You know what? I'm going to start streaming right now because like if like there's like an actual question, like maybe like something like actually interesting is going to happen. Maybe something actually interesting, because like SpaceCat98 asks in the chat like if I heard the EA news. They is that a joke? Did I start early because of a joke you made? They added. Was this? Did I start earlier because of a pun you were making? I thought there was like an actual EA news. Like, or is that news? Like I think that was already a thing. Like they already had ads in games. Like I thought that was already a thing. Like, but there was like I'm sure there were like gacha games and stuff like that that had ads in games. Like I'm sure that was already a thing, and it was like quite common because all of these these shitty mobile games, all these like gacha games, all of that crap, like it's like inundated with like ads and microtransactions because and the worst part about those is there's like that is like a like I don't want to say actual numbers, but this is like a huge by a wide margin. It's a huge portion of the gaming market. It's like I'm gonna say 80%. It's probably not 80%, but it's like a huge amount. Like it's like 80% of all gaming market is all those like shitty mobile games, shit like gacha games, this kind of shit. Like that's that's the majority of the gaming market. Because like casuals, quote unquote, like keep playing those games, like they log because they can like log in for 5 seconds, like click a button and then like go away and like keep working, and then like come back in 3 days, like come back in 3 hours, and then like press a button again, and then they go back home and they want to progress faster, and then they pay like $100 or $1,000 to like to like progress a little faster or to get like a cosmetic for the character, and those games are like really popular and like really profitable. And that is, to me, that is just so depressing. Like I know why it is like that. Like I know why that happens. Like I understand that because I just described the process. I just described the process of like how that happens, yeah. Because like it's like very easy to get into. You need very little time to actually play that game. So I know why that happens, but this is like, in spite of everything, to me, video games are still an art form. Despite everything, to me, it's still, like you can really like do real art in video games. Like that's why I go for games with stories. Are you alerting me? This is what you was alerting me about. The discounted Overwatch bundle. No, there's something else you want me to see that I can't buy because I don't have any of the stupid platinum. I was just talking about microtransactions, and here we are, big story-driven game. Well, not like it's like an action RPG, so it's like the main drive is the action RPG and not the story-driven. Like we are streaming, yes, we are streaming because like say something if you are hearing me correctly, but there are like no interruptions. Like the quality is good, but like there's no like. Let me know how this is a progress. I didn't mean to click on that horse, but that is nice armor. If I had money to spend, if I I might grab that just because it looks funny. I would absolutely take that microtransaction if I had like shit ton of money to spare. I don't. I have zero money to spare. what are you still warning me about? Like, I have the expansions. I don't need deluxe editions or ultimate editions. It's like, what are you still warning me? Why do I still have a warning here? Okay, now it's gone away. Okay, good. Yeah, but what I did want to say at the start of the stream, like, I'm gonna say that in the chat just to make sure that everyone's hearing me correctly. What I did want to say at the start of the stream was that since you're not getting video, like it says it's streaming. Because I was just talking. I was just talking for like 5 minutes. I was just talking for like 5 minutes about like gacha games and like about how depressing it is that like these gacha games, like these shitty mobile games that are so popular. I know why they're popular, because you can just like log in very quickly. Like you can log in for like 5 seconds, like press a button and then like, and then you go back to work, then you return 5 minutes later, then you return 5 minutes later, you return 3 hours later, and then you're back to you back to press another button. And like, I get why these games are so popular, but it's just so depressing because I still see video games as an art form, because we can really like do like a great story. That's why I'm driven to these like story driven games, because you can really do like a great story, like a great form of artistic expression in video games. But like, so many people like there's like 80% of people who play games. I could replayed what I said, not a joke. Yeah. It added real ads, but there were already ads in games. That's what I was saying. There were already ads in games. Now they said there would be product placement and stuff, but like yeah, but like there were already ads in games, like in these mobile games, gacha games, all this kind of crap that was already there. This is nothing new to me. So that's like, I know they were doing it, and I was looking through like menus in Diablo 4, and it was advertising me things to buy for platinum, for real money. So the game was advertising to me. Yeah. So this is nothing really new to me. Yeah, what I really wanted to talk about when I started the stream, what I really wanted to talk about is that I started to listen to Dune audiobook. The first Dune so far, and unless the audiobook is skipping a lot of chapters, I don't think it is. It's already they were already making an abridged version, and then they expanded into like, I hope, for a full version. The ads for real stuff. Yeah, but it's nothing like extremely new to me. But Dune audiobook. And I want to talk about the audiobook because I want to talk about the audiobook because and I can yeah, it does this. I wanted to talk about the Dune audiobook because I might go down this path and explore a little bit. But yeah, there was a side quest up there. I was starting to listen to the Dune audiobook, the first book, and unless it's skipping a lot of chapters, I am at the book 2, not second book in the series, but like within the first book. There's like the book within the first book. There's this audiobook. Play the Fremen chant in appropriate places. I don't think I have heard a Fremen chant yet. I don't think I have. But like I'm up to the second book. Not the second book, in book 2 in the first book. Like they divided the book into books. That's what they called it. I mean, like in the book 2 called Al-Muad'Dib. I think there is an Al in there. Al-Muad'Dib in that second book. What I did want to talk about was
An outsider. I could use your help. A dying knight mistook me for his confessor. He spoke of
I want to talk about is like the weird way book 1 act 2, something like that.
found a secret to life eternal.
What I did want to talk about was
The bishop leading them ordered them to drink of it deep.
how weirdly they did the narration thing, like between narration and the cast.
The chalice must be retrieved, and I must leave. Find me at the Bear Tribe camp when you have it.
Because they apparently they started recording like a full cast audiobook. Only they recorded only a few chapters, only some chapters of the book, and they skipped a lot of chapters apparently in that original abridged version. But those chapters are recorded with a full voice cast. Every character has their own actor. But then they decided they want to have a full audiobook with all the chapters, but they couldn't afford to hire the full cast for the whole book, so they only hired the narrator guy for some chapters, and those chapters with the full cast and the chapters with just the narrator are interspersed together. So it keeps like skipping from a chapter that is read by the one guy who is making voices for different characters, and between a chapter that has like a full voice cast. And like it's so jarring when it switches. It's so jarring when it switches, and it's so bizarre. And like the guy is doing his best, but when I hear his voice as all the different characters, like I can't help but imagine, because I hear this specific guy's voice, I can't help but imagine all the characters as the same old man. Like at first he was doing Paul Atreides. At first he was doing Paul Atreides a little differently because he's 15 at the start. He was doing Paul Atreides differently.
Not much.
But then there is the moment in the book. There is the moment in the book at the end of the book 1. At the end of the book 1, there is a moment when he has this big vision. When Paul has this big vision, when he sees his future as like God Emperor of mankind or something, like he sees his big future. He has this big vision moment, and his mother Jessica is listening to this, and she notices that like she says something like there is no more child in his voice. But that chapter, like it feels like it's a very important chapter for his development, but that chapter is read only by the narrator. So he decides at this moment to switch his Paul voice. He decides to switch his Paul voice, and he was doing Paul a little differently because he was trying to sound like he's 15. And then he switches to his to Paul's adult voice, and from that moment on, Paul sounds
The knight said
like
they found the red
Paul
chalice
too
in
starts
ancient
sounding like the same
far
old man.
underground,
And like in my, because I hear the same voice
yet still
all the time,
full of
like
fresh
I keep
blood.
imagining every character as basically the same old man, only like one has a beard, one has a short
I could
hair.
only make out a few words.
It's just so bizarre
Blood sermon.
when
It
the
seemed the man was
when the
petrified.
audiobook just switches these two between these two versions. Like it's so bizarre.
Not so loud. Knowledge is dangerous currency here.
But you know,
Someone had to send those knights on
besides like the weird
Someone knew what they sought.
voice switching, like
And if that someone knew
I am enjoying the book. I am enjoying the story. I can't wait until we get to Kyrgyzstan here.
But the barbarians of the Bear
I can't wait until we get to Kyrgyzstan so I can. They have become the Horatio. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I get that reference. But yeah, I am enjoying the book. I'm enjoying the story. Where is that side quest that I just got? Over here. Okay, so let's do that. I'm really enjoying the story and all the story with like the Baron Harkonnen is definitely a very interesting character. And now I finally get the joke from Order of the Stick. And I finally get the joke from the Order of the Stick because
Out of vigor.
the Horatio are from Endless Legends. The race entirely cloned from a single guy. Yeah, didn't know that. I thought it was like the Hamlet thing. What was that? No, there was a Horatio in Hamlet, wasn't it? There was a Horatio in Hamlet, right? But yeah. Yeah, still going to the right place, yeah, yeah. No, I didn't mean to do that. What was I saying? Yeah. I finally get the joke from Order of the Stick. Because there is like the webcomic Order of the Stick, yeah? I should probably start like selling or dismantling some of this crap. There is the webcomic Order of the Stick, yeah?
I am out of vigor. I am out of vigor.
The webcomic Order of the Stick. And in that webcomic, it's still funny that the bushes have veiled crystals in them. And the webcomic Order of the Stick, yeah. And there was this joke in there when they're in this desert area.
I am out of vigor.
They have their evil halfling ranger. They have their evil halfling ranger hanging from. Oh, I accidentally entered the dungeon. I thought it was just like a thing to loot. Instead, I accidentally entered the dungeon. They are in this desert area, and they have their evil halfling ranger, like hanging on this like rope, hanging from the stick, to drive a worm forward. And this is a reference to Dune. I haven't gotten to that part, but I know that this is a reference to Dune with the worm riding. This is suspicious. Huh?
I need more vigor.
I'm supposed to kill this. Okay. So they have this halfling, evil halfling ranger hanging from the worm. It's a reference to how they drive the worms in Dune. And the halfling is holding a book. He's reading a book, and while reading the book, he says, "No, don't lean in. He has the poison tooth. Don't lean in. He has the poison tooth." And this is a reference to the moment in the Dune books. By the way, spoiler, huge Dune spoiler from like the first part of the original book of Dune. It's a reference to a moment when Leto Atreides have been captured by Baron Harkonnen. Leto has been captured by Harkonnen, but earlier the guy who captured him was actually trying to help him a little bit. And gave him this poison tooth. Okay, that's a lot of crap. Okay. Gave him this poison tooth, and he said, like, I hope. Yeah, I'm not taking that over that. Good strike chance. Some life over what? No, I'm not taking that over that. I should like first go back to town and sell stuff, because I'm running out of space. Because it is the guy who captured Leto Atreides, he tried to help him a little bit, yep. Oh yeah, town portal, right. I keep forgetting that the town portal is a thing. Oh. So the guy who I'm back to that stuff. The guy who captured Leto Atreides, he gave him this poison tooth. Probably not really useful now, but you can right click a waypoint to make it your favorite, and it will always bring you to that town. Okay. This I'm not like actually using right now. Example, I have my weapon always set to Themis because that's where all the handy stuff is close together. Okay, that's probably, I assume that's in Scovos. Okay, let's do that. Where is that blacksmith? Is that the blacksmith over here? Yes.
It can't be salvaged.
What?
You can take what's left.
Like, I am telling that story for a very long time. Okay.
That's good salvage.
Okay, yeah. So... And Leto Atreides has been given this poison tooth. And when Baron Harkonnen is like leaning in, because he's trying to like... What is that? That was a lunatic. Okay. Because he's trying to interrogate Leto for information about like where his concubine is, where his son is. He's trying to interrogate him, and because this halfling is evil, he likes Baron Harkonnen. So he's warning Baron Harkonnen. He's like talking to Baron Harkonnen, hoping he doesn't get poisoned. Meanwhile, most of us normal people, yes, I'm just skipping some of the details. I'm skipping some of the details because that's not really important to this story I'm telling. That I'm already taking too long of a time to tell. And the halfling, because the halfling is evil, he is warning Baron Harkonnen to not lean in, or he would get poisoned by the poison tooth. But big spoiler again, Baron Harkonnen survives that somehow. So the evil halfling will be happy. Baron Harkonnen is a really cool guy, but I prefer Feyd-Rautha. Yeah. Is that how you spell him? Because I'm hearing an audiobook. Like, I don't always know how the character names are spelled. Like Feyd-Rautha, I had the name Feyd-Rautha, and in my head, because I was listening to an audiobook, I kept imagining his name as Feyd-Rautha, because that's what I didn't mean to click on that again, because it's an audiobook, so I don't know what it really things are really spelled. Like, there was a character named Stilgar, and I was spelling him with two L's, because like it makes sense. It made sense to have that character's name be spelled with two L's. So imagining him with, but it turns out he's spelled with one L. Oh, I think this was locked before. So there's a lot of characters and characters' names who I don't know what they are, but like the Sook Doctor. Like the Sook Doctor, his name was Wellington Huey, and I think it's correctly spelled, because I checked it. I think it was correctly spelled with an U-E-Y, Huey. But because I didn't like see how the name is spelled, I kept imagining his name as Huey, like H-U-G-H-I-E, like Huey, like the name Hugh, but smaller, Huey. I kept imagining his name as Huey, like it talks about like drooping mustache and diamond tattoo on his forehead because of him being the Sook Doctor. So
I am out of vigor.
okay, that's something is doing a lot of damage to that. Oh, that's like a boss. Usually thought is Yu Wei in the Asian way instead of... Yeah, I was starting to say that. I was starting to say that because it talks about the drooping mustache. Because it talks about the drooping mustache and... What is... I saw Polish in the chat. It talks about this drooping mustache and the tattoo, so I was like... I was definitely seeing like this Fu Manchu type Asian guy. I was definitely seeing this Fu Manchu type Asian guy, so I was thinking like, his name probably shouldn't be Huey. Like, his name probably shouldn't be Huey, like Hugh. And I was imagining it was like Yu Wei, like similar to your version, but with a W in there. But I couldn't get out of my head. Couldn't get the Huey version out of my head. Especially since he's also Wellington. So it was like Wellington Huey just kind of made sense. To be Wellington Huey. What the name that I'm pretty sure I am spelling correctly is Duncan, Idaho, which is a name about as silly as Wellington Huey. Which is about as silly as Wellington Huey when it's, you know, Duncan, Idaho. Also, the Fremen religion, apparently the Fremen religion is called, canonically called Zen Sunni Buddhism. Like Zen Sunni Buddhism, I think. Like I'm getting the impression that Frank Herbert wasn't really great with names. I'm starting to get the impression he wasn't really great with names. If he's calling things like he's literally just mashed together 4 names of religions. Like he mashed together like Zen Buddhism and Sunni Islam. He just mashed them together and called that a religion. Like he's like, but overall, like his world building, world building like regarding like culture and religion is amazing. Like he is really great at imagining like different things, like how different things could really be. This is like his world building for Arrakis is like exactly my kind of world building, because he gets into this idea like this is a desert planet, like there is very little moisture, very little water. What kind of culture would evolve on this planet with very little water? So it's like when Stilgar first shows up at this council room meeting with Leto Atreides, like before Leto gets captured, of course, like when Stilgar first shows up in this whole council meeting, Stilgar like spits on the table, and everyone was like so confused, like is he trying to insult us or something? No, turns out this is like a huge honor. This is like a huge honor because on Dune, on Arrakis, it's so... Oh, Vadim, okay. The boss is called Vadim, okay. Because on Arrakis, because water is so precious, any moisture is so precious, that when you spit at someone, you're giving them a little bit of your own body's moisture. So spitting on someone's table is a sign of a great respect, actually. So Frank Herbert, like, gets this seemingly very simple detail, very simple thing, and he really runs with it. Okay, that's a straight up upgrade. And this is exactly my kind of world building, where he like takes, we take an idea and run with it. And you have probably seen me do this in videos when I talk about like some specific aspect, some specific concept.
I am out of vigor.
So I do love the world building, though he could probably get a little bit better with names, you know. I definitely love the world building. All the like the cultures, how much is going to the Fremen culture, like not just the Fremen. That's why I enjoy the game Dune Awakening. It's like an alternate timeline. I didn't know that. But like it's not just the Fremen culture. It's also like this whole like feudal future culture of the whole empire from which they come from. I don't know like why, like what I didn't get, what I didn't understand, like why can Harkonnen just attack them like that? Like why can Harkonnen just attack them like that? I didn't understand that at first. The names are honestly probably very fitting to the universe, considering it all came out of Earth in some weird way and remain. Yeah, like I get the idea. I get the idea like why it's like that, yeah? But like I think it would evolve more than that. I think it would evolve, the language would evolve a little more than that. And like I guess he was not a linguist, like Frank. I don't think Herbert was a linguist. Like unlike Tolkien, he was not a linguist, so he didn't have the same like sense for languages as Tolkien did. But I do think like the language would evolve a little more than that, and like you wouldn't end up with Duncan, Idaho. I know it's a spoiler, but Harkonnen had the backing of the Emperor. Yeah, I know. That they talk about that he had the backing of the Emperor. But like the back he had, but he didn't have an official backing. Officially, he didn't have the backing. That's why they did this, because the Emperor wanted to put it all on Harkonnen, because if the Emperor just went and murdered one of the vassals, then it would look bad for the Emperor. It would look bad for the Emperor if he did that, because they talk about the tension between the Emperor. The whole thing was technically in the rights of the Canly. That I don't know. But they talk about how there is a tension between this like Landsrat. I think that it sounds like Landsrat to me in the audiobook. There is tension between the vassals and the Emperor, because the vassals are fearing that the power of the Emperor is growing. They are fearing that this I forget what it's called, like the special like imperial army, like the special imperial legion, and they're afraid of the overstretch of power from the Emperor. View the formal vendetta. Yep. Landsrad, yeah. So I was like 90% there. And they talk about this tension between the Emperor and the vassals. and the emperor couldn't just Sadakor, these guys exactly. There is a tension between the emperor and the vassals, and they couldn't just like openly murder the Atreides. So they use the Harkonnens to kill Sadokar.
We have buried 92 souls on this hallowed ground. Abortive and stillborn. 7. Bleeding wounds.
So they use the Harkonnens to have their hands clean. So the Emperor has their hands clean, and they have gotten rid of this guy that they want to get rid of. But within that context, I didn't get why it was allowed until it like hit me that this is like a fully like feudal future.
Need more time.
It's like a fully feudal future, and in the Middle Ages and the feudal system, the vassals did that all the time. Like if you play Crusader Kings 3, like your vassals will keep fighting each other over the stupid crap, and you can't really stop it. You can't really stop that. You can't say, because it's within their rights in the feudal system. It's within their rights in the feudal system to be fighting each other over like some like feuds, like blood feuds, like things like that. And you, as the ruler, their liege, you can't do anything to stop them. And like when it hit me, like why it's like that, like it shows only, you know, more of like why Herbert's world building is so genius, so brilliant. That is what Canley is. Yeah, I was getting to all that through my very long-winded way, because I take, when I'm not scripted, like I am in most videos these days at least, like when I'm not scripted, I take like these long rambling way to get to explain anything. So that's what will happen on streams. To avoid wars, the houses just fight each other in a set of railroads. Yeah. And it hit me in a certain moment that this is like the repercussions of their system being so heavily feudalized. Oh, this is the real boss. So yeah, I thought this reading Dune is really fascinating. Like I'm in the book 2 and in the first book, and like it's I think it's getting through like some slightly slower. The War of Assassins is a part of that, where basically instead of fighting with soldiers, you just keep sending assassins. Yeah, they like I don't think there is like a lot of precedent to this like historically, although during the Sengoku period in Japan, like there wasn't really like about assassins as much as it was like they had this moment in their history where each clan had like 30 soldiers, 100 soldiers, so they couldn't really afford to, and the same soldiers were also farmers. They needed these people farming, so they couldn't afford to lose these people. Since handbook has clear rules, among which number 1 is avoid harming civilians. Okay. But during the Sengoku period in Japan, they had this period. They couldn't afford to lose any of those people who would fight in wars, so they would get out So they would get out onto the fields, like start fighting, like hit each other a little bit. Like they would like hit each other a little bit, and they go like, okay, I guess we won because like we hit you more times, and like nobody would die. Nobody would die. They would just be like, maybe like one person would die. They would just agree that this and this won the battle because they hit each other slightly more. And it is also a very fascinating piece of history. Like people still had to they didn't have to fight each other, but they had their honor codes and stuff. They had to settle disputes in some way, and they had to settle disputes in some way. They had to settle disputes in some way. This is like a lot of... They had to settle disputes in some way, and they were like all about this fighting. Like the culture had all of this fighting and warrior stuff in them, but they couldn't afford to lose people, so they had this kind of agreement. They had this kind of agreement that okay, like that's how we do this, yeah. And I do find this fascinating, and that's why stuff like the Institute of War early on. Chat was covering your quest journal again. You were okay. I was in an event. There is top left. Okay, we'll see if it doesn't. Okay, that's a lot of corpses in one tiny room. How do they even get in there? And like these kinds of moments in history are also why I don't find things like the Institute of War in like the very early version of League of Legends lore. Why I don't find it so crazy. Like people say like the Institute of War doesn't make sense. Like people would never agree to do this. They say like people would never because it's like in the very early version of League of Legends lore, the actual Summoner's Rift was canon, and there would be actual summoners working for the Institute of War who would be summoning those champions into the arena called Summoner's Rift, and the battles between these champions in the arena would settle disputes between the nations. And people are saying today like, oh, the old League of Legends lore made no sense, like people would never agree to do that, they would keep fighting wars. But then you see like these things like how during the Sengoku period they had these tiny fights, and they like poke each other with a stick a little bit and then agree who won. When you see this kind of stuff in real life history, I think yeah, that in a world which can like summon people, oh shit, I'm
more time.
okay, I'm standing in shit. But they're also standing in shit, so how am I supposed to hit them without also standing in shit? Oh, and the shit came to me. I was too busy talking about the Sengoku period to notice that I was standing in shit. Yeah, but also, I also spawn poison pools. They look like a little, when I press 3, I also spawn poison pools. And like they look a slightly different shade of green, but I'm not so used to them yet. To like, oh, see, this one is mine. This green pool is mine. So I didn't really know which particular green pool was mine. Maybe the barrier is dispelled. Also, I got another talent point to spend. I have no idea what to spend them on. Like, I'm probably doing a really terrible build. Ravager, but I'm not using the Ravager right now. I can pick one of these. This is my cooldowns. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. But yeah, that is like these periods, like this moment in the history from the single pit where I find things like Summoner's Drift. Like, if in a real world in a world with real magic, I can see that sort of stuff like Summoner's Rift happening. Like, I can definitely see that kind of competition being set up to limit the losses when the people who are fighting are too expensive. Like, if these adventurers would be extremely expensive because they have like superhuman skills. So they take a lot of resources to train, to upkeep. So you don't want to lose them. So they are super expensive. So they are a very valuable resource. But you're not going to fight with like regular soldiers when you have these kind of living gods on the battlefield. You're not going to fight with the regular soldiers because the regular soldiers are going to just get murdered. So you want to have your own champions too. But then when everybody has these champions, you don't want to lose these champions because they're too valuable, they're too expensive. So it makes sense that they would set up this kind of tournament. So that's why I actually like the idea of the Tournament of War in League of Legends. Okay, that looks bad. But I probably don't want to stand in that. At least I don't have any like big red abilities. Okay, he just... Okay, which pool is my... Okay, that is...
Need more time.
Okay, is any of that actually useful for me? Let's see. Now, I think I already had that. Like more toughness, but it's like I have a legendary here. That has this very special effect that I don't want to lose. Can destroy the pustules, okay. Well, I can't destroy the pustules now. Yeah, this is not better. It's like slightly more armor, but other than that, no. Fire damage, lightning damage, holy damage, okay. Damage when spending resolve, damage per over power stack. Okay. Maximum life and life regen. I also have life regen, and this gives me also slightly more maximum life and more armor. But I would lose resource cost reduction. Okay. I'll try that. Okay. But yeah, I am reading Dune. Well, reading Dune. I'm listening to the Dune audiobook, and I think it's going through a slightly slower part. It was like a chapter when Paul and Jessica are just like hiding out in the desert and like digging a hole. Like I think I must have like looked away on something that people were talking on Discord. I must have looked away at something. Because like I don't remember why they are. Why did you walk behind there? I don't remember why they were in that hole. Why they were hiding? Like they were in that transport, and they escaped that transport. They jumped out. I remember reading how they jumped out of the transport, and they were like, and then I must have missed like a little moment over there, but like it's kind of a slower part of the book. Oh yeah, hold D to leave dungeon. I didn't know that. I didn't. If I knew that, my brain just didn't record it. It just completely evaporate. If I knew that, it could completely evaporated. Maybe I will remember it now. Harkonnen took them to the desert to leave. Yet I know that. With the Harkonnen or the Yui guy, he arranged them. Yeah, I remember the scene. Like I remember the scene where because the Yui guy arranged them to be taken to the Fremen, who hate Harkonnen because he also wanted to kill Harkonnen. I remember the scene when they were in this transport when the Baron was standing over Jessica and he was offering her to his mentat dude who later got poisoned. He was offering her like property. Like you can imagine what he wanted to do with her. Then spoiler alert, apparently she's actually the Baron's daughter, and Paul is apparently the Baron's grandson. And but he made the Mentat this choice, like, okay, like you will be Duke in anything but name. You will actually govern and rule the whole planet. You will actually govern and rule the whole planet. You will be Duke in anything but name. Oh yeah, the horse also. I forget about that. You will be Duke in anything but name. Or you can have the woman. She was born Harkonnen. It's all the Bene Gesserit ploy to create Kwisatz Haderach. Yeah, it comes up. It comes up by the time I got to it. When Paul has his big vision. When Paul has his big vision and then his voice turns to the adult voice. He has this big... So it comes up. He realizes that she's a Harkonnen. Come on. I have to deal with all of this crap again. And the Bene Gesserit have a thinking machine that helps them match the bloodlines, yeah. And what was I talking about? Like, I don't want to deal with all of this crap. Okay. Like, what was I talking about before this whole huge fight started? Oh, wait, but now I have some boss spawn.
Need time.
The dude just disappeared, okay. False visions. But I don't think that was the point. Like, I lost the point somewhere in all this. That's the point of part of streaming that I still need to get better on. Okay, damage per second, 151 damage per second. For life on kill, 10 weapon damage. For vigor on kill, damage over 10. 9 life on hit. You are like general Doom topic, yeah. They kind of like lost the whole plot that I was saying. Like when I was talking, like I am in like the slightly slower part. I'm the slightly slower part that where they're just kind of lost in the desert. They're just kind of lost and they're just digging through the dirt. Like I must have like missed a particular point because they jumped out of that transport and they like tumbled through the sand, and then Paul talks about like some mistake he made, and because of that mistake they are now digging in the sand and they're mixing spice with water, and it's and it creates this acidic mixture that is like doing some. I missed some bit somewhere because I was looking around, so like I don't really know what's happening there. Like I must have missed a bit because I don't know what they are really doing. A little bit of insightful backseating. Once you get to the full build crafting, if I do, you ought to focus on specific modifiers. For example, if you want to do centipede, you want lots of poison, yeah, and damage over time multipliers. Yeah, I got that general idea. I don't know if I will ever like really min-max. The only thing I am min-maxing right now.
Thank you for all you've done, but please never speak of this again.
Very suspicious. The only thing I'm like min-maxing right now is life on hit. Like life on hit or life regen. So it's like for survival. This is healer. But blacksmith, you have like a blacksmith to armor vendor. You guys don't have a blacksmith? I think you do. Okay.
Here you are. A worthy exchange.
So yeah, I'm.
It came apart quick. Here you go.
Yeah, probably not better than what I have.
These bits still have some life in them yet.
And that I need to like unsocket first. I'll keep that for now. This might be actually better.
Spread the word.
Multipliers are better than percentile increases. Yeah, I get that. All damage multiplier, 5% all damage multiplier. Talk about the devil. Maximum life. This is like 5% vulnerable damage multiplier, and this is 5% all damage multiplier. Did you like drop it in the right slot? No. I was trying to drop it here. Yeah.
I've trained under the best. How can I help?
You don't do a lot of vulnerable, yeah. And also it was plus times 5% vulnerable damage versus times 5% damage multiplier, so it's probably much better. Can I now get like more life regen? I did get like some tempering manuals, so maybe I can get it now. Offensive. Cold damage, poison damage, mobility damage, potency damage, damage when spending resolve per overpower stack. Not here. Weapons. Okay, so not on this. Defensive. Resistances, maximum resolve stack. Armor, maximum life, resistance to all elements. Okay, so not here. Life regen life on hit only at the enchanter by rerolling existing affixes. Okay.
Honor on your weapon.
So is there like an enchanter in this town? Okay. This is what? Armor vendor, blacksmith, and stash. There's more side quests popping up because I got to this new area. So probably no enchanter here at least.
You want an audience with our chieftain? Earn it. Slay our enemies. Hunt the Khazra of the Ice Clan who stalk
What was
this
what?
mountain. Break their bodies.
Yeah, region renown. It pops up. It pops up occasionally when I like enter a new area. It says like it decreases region renown, something like that. I haven't really looked into it.
Our purpose remains clear, but our spirits are low. Baltok, the chieftain's champion, was recently slain. Now the Khazra are in possession of his weapon, the fabled Grizzly's Maul. It is difficult to ask this of an outsider. Please,
We have to go and check it out. Like it was there last season too. Is that like not? It's not something new.
Our fallen champion. He was last seen being dragged into a cavern in Malnok. We display these trophies to honor the ancients and guide their wisdom to us. The skulls remind me that death is always close at hand, theirs or your own. There is one skull I'm saving a place for. That of a goatman we've named Caller the Collector. It hunts north of here, openly feasting on our fallen.
You think they ignored it?
Caller has challenged us. Were you to bring me its damned ugly head, you would gain great favor with the tribe.
Okay, like I just pressed J, I think. No, it's not showing that renown. Did I accidentally press K? No. Okay. Okay, it's now listing this. Ah, this is the K is like last message. 8 didn't open it, so no, it was just J. Renown is for eternal only. Okay. I was seeing the renown last. Claim rewards. W. Ah, W. This is the. Okay. The renown reward. A bunch of golden skill points. Okay, I got a bunch of bonus skill points for that renown. Good thing that you told me to like really look into it. Okay. Like no, not really doing that. Okay. Okay, what are we doing? Like, we have unlocked this thing. Yeah. And what are we doing? Like, there are some side quests nearby. Okay, fine. I'll do this one side quest. And then we'll go right back to the main quest. This is not the way to go. I'll do this one side quest and then we continue with the main quest. And hope this side quest doesn't take us like a week. I definitely get why people are such big fans of Dune. A lot of very interesting characters. You know what's funny? Like I mentioned this on our Discord server. If anyone like else is listening, I don't know, but there's anybody like random watching right now? How many people do we have in OBS? It says views 7 total, so no, but if anyone random is listening, I talked about this on our Discord server, like how the character of Gurney Halleck, what struck me was the character of Gurney Halleck was described as this ugly lump of a man, and Herbert like actually goes on to say that a couple of times. Like, a couple of times Gurney Halleck is described as ugly lump of a man, like his ugly lumpiness, or his lumpy ugliness, something like that. Like he keeps going on about this a few times. Meanwhile, the actors they hired for Gurney Halleck in the two movies, like in the 1980s movie, they hired Patrick Stewart. And in the modern movie, they hired Josh Brolin. Like Josh Brolin, like okay, like I kind of get Josh Brolin. Like he's not like really actually ugly. Why is this one so hard to kill? Oh, there's like a boss here. So for Gurney Halleck, the ugly lump of a man, they had Patrick Stewart, and like Josh Brolin I kind of get. Like he's not actually ugly, but I can kind of see ugly lumpiness. Okay, I can kind of see ugly lumpiness in Josh Brolin. He's still like kind of attractive, but Patrick Stewart, like why Patrick Stewart for Gurney Halleck? That what I don't get. Like just just Hollywood, just being Hollywood, just having no ugly people. So when they have to hire an actor for an ugly character, they just get a slightly more average looking guy, or slightly more or a woman who just has, or just when they are supposed to portray an ugly woman, they instead like hire just a very attractive woman. Only they make her wear less makeup. And that's how they portray ugly women in Hollywood. I haven't really like I try to, on occasion when a character pops up, I try to look up how the character looked like in the movies, to like have a better idea of the character, because like he does describe the characters, but like he describes the characters like ugly lump of a man. Like what does this really mean? Like what does that really look like? Ugly lump of a man. And then I try to look it up, and it's Josh Brolin. So like I try to look up characters from time to time. I try to look them up from time to time and see what they look like. But I haven't like looked up a lot of them. And that's why I have this problem where the same narrator reading all the roles, and they all end up looking like the same old man. Because you get a lot of you get a lot of idea of how somebody looks like from their voice. At least I do. And I hear a character's voice, I get an idea of what they look like from the voice. And when it's just one dude doing everything, I know this must be terribly ironic for someone who was a game master in an RPG, because a game master is one dude doing all the voices. So this is literally all you do as a game master. And as I know, this must be very ironic, but when it's a book, okay, it's slightly different when it's a book. Like you have a different imagination of the characters in a book versus like a TTRPG. Is that something I can click on? No. Okay, what is dealing all that damage to me? What is dealing all that damage? Oh, there's a boss in there. Okay. I saw the name Hemonet Splitter. I saw the double N, the Hemonet, and for a moment I thought it said Harkonnen, because I'm constantly thinking about Dune. So I thought it said Harkonnen Splitter. And I guess for a while I'm gonna be talking about Dune on streams and stuff. Because I'm like less than halfway through. I think I'm less than halfway through the first book. Yeah, less than halfway through. Because like the audiobook is in like 17 files. The audiobook is in like 17 files, and I listened to 9. So yeah, I'm actually like around halfway through the first book. Another Harkonnen. This one is a Harkonnen Snow Blast. And he dropped his pants. I don't know if I really want Harkonnen pants. Heroic cover. Yeah, this was definitely was not a Harkonnen, because the cover was heroic. This like loops back. Typical Harkonnen dropping his pants. You know, I do also find it fascinating how it like talks about these suspenders. Like these like hover technology, like this hover technology that that the Baron has on him. At least twice the book was describing how he weighs like hundreds of kilograms, but he would never feel more than like 50. He would never feel more than like 50 kilograms because of this like suspending technology that he's wearing. So he's super fat, he's super big, but he can allow himself to be so big because he has this technology that lets him stay like agile in spite of that mass. This is not a Harkonnen, this is a Crochar masochist. This is a Crochar masochist. Suspender belt they can use to get around or float, yeah. I also found it fascinating. Like a fascinating idea from like world building perspective. Great in this mention right after Holtzman. Yeah, they keep talking about those shields too. I didn't like really look into like the technology of those shields, like what they really mean, but they do talk about the shields. Like he's let the man inside the area of his shield, like at one point Leto is thinking.
Here lies Rowan, neglected by a foolish priest.
Why I found those like these suspender technology that the Baron is wearing. I found it so fascinating
I should never
because I was like imagining
I tracked you here.
Because I was imagining like what that would do to a body.
wept
What that would do to a human body. Like how would a human body, human biology react to that?
when your eyes.
Basically a vibration shield, like a barrier that stops
But it wasn't
projectiles and
life
stuff, but can be
that
bypassed by
moved
slow blade weapons. Yeah,
The unholy.
I heard about that. That like
Here
it's,
raised your body with a magic so foul. I
which is why there's a lot of swords and daggers. And
I had to kill you.
that reminds me
But
of the
I tried
shields.
to give you a death more painless than your first.
That reminds me of the
Wherever your
shields
soul is now,
in Stargate
may the
SG-1,
light
because they make a
protect you
point
the way I couldn't.
when they're fighting an Apophis. When they're fighting Apophis, they make a point that they can that the minions can throw things to Apophis, so their shields are tuned in the way that like slow objects can approach them. One disadvantage is the active Holtzman shield drives sandworms into murderous frenzy. Okay. And probably the Stargate SG-1 shield was probably based on the Dune idea, because Dune is older, of course. So it was probably okay. Khazra Abomination. Okay, this is a. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, now it's dead. So yes, the Stargate shield is probably based on that, but it reminded me of Stargate because I watched Stargate first. And I was like fascinated by the idea of what these, like this suspender technology, what it would do to a human body, because like at the same time, like the mass of the body is there, like all this fat is on Harkonnen's body, like it's all there, so it has some effects on his body, but at the same time it's being like suspended, lifted up artificially by this technology, and it allows his legs to not feel that mass and allows him to move with the agility. Oh yeah. Too late now. I read that too late. So I was like trying to imagine what it would really do to a human body. How it would the human biology react to that. Yeah? And I thought that was fascinating. He had some really like unique. Herbert really had some unique, fascinating ideas. Like he was really like thinking outside of the box. He was really thinking outside of the box, and I love that. Because this is like exactly like my kind of writing. Like this is exactly the kind of writing that I do. Like really like thinking about things that you wouldn't normally think about. Okay, and I'm almost stuffed up full again. I think that there was the consequence of it, that when he got injured by the poison, he had to be kept into this black goo water to heal because his body was too heavy for him. I'm sure the book will be talking of it later on. Yeah, maybe. Okay, and now it's directing me to Neyrel instead of the other quest I was doing. Journal. Ah, Jesus. And remember, one on horses. Yeah, I know, but it's like there's like this small band.
Splintered and
There's this small band of enemies. I kind of don't want to waste it. It feels like I'm wasting the energy on that. Okay.
My bags are full.
Oh, my bags are full. Okay. I gotta.
here you are. A worthy exchange.
Life on hit, so I might want that. More damage per second, but it's just weapon damage.
Quick. Here you go.
Eh.
These bits still have some life in them yet. Here you are. A worthy exchange.
I need like
Still have some life in them yet.
some kind of add-on like Pawn. There is add-on called Pawn for World of Warcraft. Add-on called Pawn, which lets you, like shows you like how much better given item is for your character. And I need something like that for Diablo 4. This might be better. More damage, more weapon damage, critical strike damage multiplier, and resource cost reduction, but I would lose the life on kill. 10% critical strike, and this is 6% all damage multiplier, so I don't know, it's actually better. It's like a lot more damage per second. See, like this is the kind of thing why I would need the add-on like Pawn for Diablo 4. I don't know if there is like any UI add-ons for Diablo 4. I don't know if there is anything like that. And I would need to like value like how much damage this really give me. I'm gonna keep that one for now. Critical strike does not work on dots. Okay. Okay, do I have anything else left here? Find Caller the Collector. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that. What time is it? 1:23. Fine, we'll explore a little while on our way to Neyrel. Diablo has no add-ons here. I could like really use something like Pawn. Okay. Blizzard banned any third-party stuff. Unfortunate. Because now how do I know which of these two weapons are better? Since like all the items are like randomly rolled. It's like you can't, so it's not like you can go to Wowhead and see which one is better for you. You have to check like mobalytics or stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's sounds way too involved. Like I just what I really need Yeah, but this, also like doing the decisions myself. But when the decision is like, does it give me like plus? Like I like the critical strike versus like the normal strike damage. Like I have no idea. I have zero idea which of these would be better, if any. This is like the whole judgment stuff. I'm gonna get back here later. And do the side quests later. You have to learn what affixes you need to roll, and then you just go by numbers. 18% multiplier is always beats 18% damage. They're just random gem fragments. Oh, I didn't even know there was the treasure goblin here. He was just dropping gems randomly. So for Jaguar, which does fire damage, you usually go for fire damage multiplier. Fire damage and Jaguar damage, yeah. The Centipede, which is poison dart, you always go for damage time over time multiplier and poison damage. Makes sense. But like when it's like 6%, when it's things like 6% damage multiplier, or crit is only useful for Jaguar, Gorilla, and Eagle. Centipede focuses on dot, and they do not benefit from crit. Okay. These are a lot of things that I would need to like really research. Do I need to get up the horse? Yes. These are the things that I would like really need to research instead of actually playing the game. And having this kind of add-on like Pawn, like I don't have to research this. I can just be in the game and just see this is like 1% better for me. Like I don't want to have to do research for playing a video game. You know, like it's a video game. I just want to play it. I want to have the information here in the game. Okay, story time.
I'll explain on the way.
Okay, just walking. Basically all damage percent multiplier better than type damage multiplier, better than vulnerable when spending X damage. Yeah, but when it says like 5% versus, oh my god, that's a lot of shit.
Need time.
Move.
Need more time.
I mean, eventually it just boils down to math. Yeah, and I don't want to have to do that math. Like the add-on, like Pawn, it allows me to just do that. It just does that math for me. You know, and that's why I like having it. Okay, another huge batch of shit.
Need time.
There's a setting that will show you what stats are changed on replacement. Okay. Yeah, but it will show me like that I lose some critical damage, but which I already know. Okay, so not going there. So I went in the completely wrong direction. And so I'm gonna keep this up for a little bit. Oh, Jesus.
Rothman's description of the ritual was difficult to understand, and the notes weren't much better. I think I know.
This is what was wrong with gaming. Everything just holds your hand. Like, it's not holding my hand. It's like a tiny numerical change that I would have to do maths for. Nobody is going to do math inside the game while playing the game. Nobody is going to do that because it's boring as shit, and it doesn't really. But if I can get that done on the fly, why not? Why the hell not? I will improve the performance.
From the Black Lake.
I will improve the performance in the game,
Hurry.
and I don't have to do boring math crap. So like, why not? I wouldn't have been doing this anyway, the math anyway.
Mother, please, can you hear me?
My little magpie, it's you.
I can save you from this, Mother. I promise. I can learn how to...
Nere, stop. I can't be saved from my own mistakes. This body is only a husk. My spirit must pass on. And you must let me go.
Mother, no. I need you.
You
You don't need to
to
do actual
move on,
math, you just need to learn to recognize by looking
me.
that this epic is better
But
than I
can
have.
help you one
Yeah,
last
like,
time
in
before
general,
I
but
go. You
like things like pawn are useful for having these tiny little
is the
bits of
necessary
improvement
key.
that compound together into like a bigger improvement. It helps me decide with these like tiny things. These tiny things that are just like 2% more damage. If I can get that plus 2% more damage without doing boring math shit, I will take it, because why not? It's only gain with nothing to lose.
Nerel.
The way is open. We have to go. But... do you think Lilith is even still here? It's been so long. I'm afraid she's won this one. Besides, I have to... take care of my mother. But it's not over yet. Not for you. Lilith was after Rosma. Find him. Learn why. I'll be back at the vault. All right?
Okay, level 31. Until you reach max level, it's all kind of pointless anyway. On max level, you get improvements in bounds when the affixes can range between 10 to 25% with a proc of greater affix that increases it. Yeah, but you know, like, if I can have this tiny little bit of an improvement, why not? You know? Becomes an eagle skill, so no. Thrash's third attack gives 50%. Increased damage, continues to unleash its third attack if cast again within. Okay. Each its third attack, that's large and with increased damage. This is like another like 5% difference, like 1% difference. Like, sure, do that. I have no idea how what is really the significance here. Like this, okay, this I get. If Rake only hits a single target, it deals 100% increased damage. Okay, this I get. But when it's like Thrash's third attack deals 50% increased damage. Thrash continues to unleash its third attack. What? Thrash's first and second attacks. There's a difference between the first second attack. Like this is like the kind of tiny minutia that is not worth it. That is not worth it to really get into. But if I can get like a hint that deals 3% increased damage, why not?
Could it be grief?
Each has a different use. There is a paragon trait that gives you a bonus on third cast. I guess. It's like a little bit too...
You are the last visitor to my sanctum.
A little bit too much to think about while just smashing stuff.
Just as
like, look at this. Do you really think, while doing all this, do you really think about like look at what we're doing here. While doing this, do you really think about Thrash's third attack? Do you know which attack was third attack while doing this? Would you know which attack was third? You wouldn't. Like, who pays attention to that? Like I have absolutely, this is like so much stuff happening so quickly. I would absolutely never keep track of which attack was like second or third. Like what?
I saw shattered images of the end of Sanctuary. The scales of a great serpent.
It's way too much stuff to keep track of.
I need to destroy the tumors to go any further.
I need to destroy the tumors. Okay, so now we're doing Dragon Age Veilguard in here, destroying tumors to open up pathways. What is that? Where does that get me? Tumors? No, this is like blocked away. So this is what I need to go to after destroying the tumors. Yes, this is a very gooey and gory in here. Or dread the day an ancient barbarian and storm druid crosses my screen. Yeah, I'm absolutely not gonna be able to keep up with all of that crap. Even like when I play WoW and I go into a dungeon and there's like a whole group unleashing all of their like AoEs and crap, it all kinds of it all kinds of blends into like just a huge blur of pixels in my head. Because there's just too much stuff going on at the same time. Oh yeah, that sounds encouraging. Just too much shit going on all at the same time. And like, all I see is just like a just giant blur of pixels. Because there's so much shit going on. Whoever designed this particular thing deserves to be fired and shot. Like, which particular thing? This?
The prophecy became my burden.
WoW has at least the advantage of you see the cast bars and that your abilities can be easily told apart from. Yeah, but you know, when everybody starts spamming all of their AoEs, like like cast bars, ice, fire, poison, like it just turns into just a giant. In my head, it turns into just a giant blur of pixels. Like there's too much stuff going on at the same time for me to like really process what am I looking at. That's one of the reasons why I like don't play group content in WoW when I play WoW. Because there is just too much stuff going on at the same time. There's 5 different things that spawn stuff on ground, each covering the other. You can't tell, yeah. And you can't even tell which of the effects just one-shot you because you were not able to see it, yeah. There was a... Like, I think I talked about it before. Like, there was a boss in Cataclysm, Venoxis, in Zul'Gurub, in Cataclysm, who they designed this poison labyrinth for. They designed this poison labyrinth, and turns out that when you were on lower settings, like the labyrinth just would not show up on your screen. You would be told to. You would be told to just to avoid the AoE that you just can't see because it wasn't rendering on lower settings. Is that open now? Yes. You really hope they step on the Lego every morning. Now that's cruel and unusual punishment. Okay, that's
Need more time.
Imagine you find a pack that puts poison AoE, fire AoE, rock AoE, exploding AoE, and you have my own ground effects, yeah. Good luck recognizing what... Yeah, I would absolutely not recognize what is what. Warm pillow, stepping on a Lego. Yeah, I think that legally qualifies as cruel and unusual punishment. What is making this noise? And a present crunch in their mouth when eating soft food. Where would that even come from? Yeah, and I got to the top of that place. Okay. Guess that gets me to the area I was trying to get to.
Oh, you refuse to give me the key. You stand in the way of the Savior. The holy blood in your veins should be boiling.
Nothing will really change the future I saw.
Sarathma, I think. Yes, it says Rathma in the shot here.
Destiny. And this prophecy of yours is just a small part of it.
Why am I seeing these visions now? I don't know. Missing their bus by 10 seconds. Yeah, you know, at one point when I was working on the other side of the city, when I was working until 8 p.m. I was working until 8 p.m. and the last bus to go home would depart at 4 past 8. Like 4 past 8 p.m. So I had to start packing before the work officially finished. Yeah, I kind of like missed one because didn't notice just seeing the figure. I didn't realize it was Rathma because it looked kind of generic. Only when he started talking to Inarius, it started to stick out.
Curse this place. I'm being followed.
It's not going to be like the butcher in here, is it? Okay, I've seen enough. This is why the map over your screen is a bad idea. I need direction, okay? But he's still like, by himself, he looks kind of generic. I will hear that again repeatedly, okay? Oh, Lilith's Lament.
Beyond this chamber, there's nothing but death and mourning. How fitting it shall be your grave.
Inarius' light protect us!
Not ready yet.
Inarius' light protect us!
Oh, I'm probably supposed to get in there.
Not ready yet. Need more time.
Inarius' light protect us!
Not ready.
Okay. Okay, okay, weapon damage. Life on hit, plus 40. Life on hit and... okay, yeah. Definitely an improvement. Maximum life, critical strength, poison damage multiplier, so that, I guess that's good for me. Life regen. All you need to say, life regen. +2, the grand total of +2 life regen. Is it really better? I don't know. See, this is like is that better than this? This is like these tiny like numerical changes. That's like, is that better? Clearly, it was supposed to be Bloodborne. Wait, wrong game. Okay. It's not, okay. Okay. Legendary affixes tend to be better than plain gear. Yeah, that's creepy.
Vigo, who did this?
I have done all that was asked. The pain is gone now. This was it.
Especially since this one has thorns. Thorns are really bad for many classes, okay?
Stronger men would have refused Venard's bribe. Nerel, is she safe?
Yes, she is safe.
Our meeting is no coincidence. I came here to help. William, give this to her for me. I should never have taken it. It's so dark. I have repented. Do you think I was too late?
No, not too late. The light has come to carry you home. Do you not see it, friend?
Yes. Yes.
Like, not only you are sealed inside an Iron Maiden, you also have to fight inside it. That's so creepy. Ooh.
You didn't need that armor to prove your worth, friend.
Yeah. Definitely didn't deserve it. Yeah, legendary amulet. Maximum life, maximum resource, movement speed, +1 to defensive skills. When hit while not healthy, you form a protective bubble that grants all players inside immune. I guess I'll put that on. I lose a bit of like poison damage multiplier. But I guess I have like these gems. Maybe I won't input the gems, I go to the jeweler. I'll go to the jeweler and like improve the gems. I see if I can improve the gems. Well, this Apex would save your ass, guys, okay.
Give me the key to hell. I will not ask again.
You don't need to. I saw a vision of the key lifted from my corpse, under the watchful eyes of the great serpent in my sanctum. If you are chosen as you say, it will come to pass.
It's too quiet. Where is she?
I hope it's not much longer left, because I am starting to get a little bit tired. It doesn't look like there would be much left, but you know, you never know when it just opens into another new dungeon
Is that him?
randomly.
Is that Rathma?
A little more, okay. Huge cinematic from the looks of it.
I don't know if you would have chosen to stand beside me in this new world, Rathma. But I would have saved your place, just the same. And now, all that you might have been has been stolen from me. Stolen. This key unlocks more than the doors of hell. It unlocks our path to the future. A future made possible because of the price you paid. Your sacrifice will not have been in vain.
The mural behind Rathma, okay. I don't think I can do anything about it. Okay, at least at this texture quality, I can't really make out anything. Like, this is a shape that looks like kind of like a head, I guess, or maybe it's a building. I can't really make out anything here. This mural? Okay, just some people standing around. Okay. I looked at it. That's Dragul. Well, I'll have to look up what it looks like with better quality. Because it's like just kind of like yellow lines on the blue background. That's all I see here. Will pressing E to teleport out take me to Nyrel or take me to like all the way out? I'm gonna try it. No, it wasn't E. What was it? What was the button to get out? You said E, but E is not doing it. Leave dungeon not available. Okay. Doesn't count as a dungeon. Okay. But still can't get a horse on, even though it's not a dungeon supposedly. Some places don't count as a dungeon for some reason. Okay. But if I open the map properly, I can teleport out without waypointing. How? Like how? See world map. Yeah, what about it? Do look where Neyrel actually is. I feel like trying to figure this out will take me longer than actually getting out. She's at the vault. Okay, but like, so open world map, sanctuary. But like where? Like how do I do that? But these are just segments of this map I'm in. There's no... I can't switch to another internal map. Like teleport to a waypoint, but like I don't understand. There's like where teleport to a waypoint? Yeah, I was not clicking. I was clicking on the sanctuary map, but that wasn't helping. Like what? Like I don't get it. Like I am clicking on everything around her where she is supposed to be, but like I don't see a button that says teleport to waypoint or teleport anywhere. I don't see anything like that anywhere on the screen. Yeah, I'm just gonna be faster just walking there than trying to look for a button teleport to waypoint when there is no such button on that screen. Like I just don't see any teleport to waypoint anywhere in there. But waypoints are outside the dungeon, and I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go to the town. I want to go to Neyrel, who is here, not to the town. If I teleport to the town, then I'll have to run through the wilderness again and then fight shit on the way to her anyway. So I'm still gonna be running through shit, and then fight. Oh my god.
Need more time. Not ready.
And the map told me a lot of things that weren't useful.
More strangers in the camp.
Oh shit.
Need more time.
Come on, a Z. Actually executed.
Vigo wanted you to have this.
He was a good man. And Lilith? Was she even there? Did you meet her?
Already gone by the time I arrived.
There is more. I can see that.
Lilith took a key to hell off Rathma's body.
Then it was all in vain. She's the only one who got what they wanted.
Naira. She came seeking the Haradrim of legend. Seeking hope. She found neither. But her part in
The map told you she's not at the place you were. If you use the waypoint, you'd get there faster than walking all the way. I would still have to go through the wilderness and fight shit anyway. So I'd still be running through random places and fighting.
just as unreliable as I'd feared. His self-obsession had driven him to murder his son, Rathma. And from the corpse left behind, Lilith had taken a key to hell. Where would she use it? We could only depend on ourselves to find out.
Okay. Level 32. I still don't know what I'm really doing with these. Sure, increased dash damage. Wouldn't have to backtrack through the... I would still be running through the same amount of stuff. Roughly. Okay. Journal. Oh, I guess that completed Act 1. I thought there was be more stuff going on. in Act 1. So I guess now that all that's left is like the random these side quest areas. Okay. And where am I right now? Where even am I? I'm here, okay. There's a waypoint under you, the blue shiny. Yeah, I know what a waypoint is, but you were the problem was that you were telling me to teleport to a waypoint, and I wasn't trying to teleport to a waypoint. I didn't want to go to a waypoint, and you kept telling me to go to a waypoint. I was looking for because I thought there was a way to teleport to her instead of a waypoint by using the waypoint function. That's why I kept looking for it. But I wasn't going to teleport to a waypoint because I didn't want to go to the frickin' waypoint. Okay? That was the problem. We wanted to do two different things. So I guess there will be these two side quests left. And then we go to Act 2, I guess. Find Dawn at Eldheim Keep. Stronghold must be conquered first. I don't know what that entails. So I guess I will just do this. Okay, now we teleport to town. Visit the difficulty statue. Okay, there's a difficulty statue. I'm gonna just yeah, not doing that, not doing that. Red skull on the map? Yeah, what about it? Stronghold is basically longer event. Okay, so it isn't like a thing that you have to group up for. More armor and movement speed, and this gives me maximum life. Armor would not be. You give me slightly more. Huh. Usually has a waypoint too. Okay, but I'm not doing it now. I'm just gonna do some housekeeping and then leave. Oh, 3 life regen. 2 vigor on kill, so yeah, I have to I have to do the whole joke of stacking the life regen. Yeah. Okay. I guess I don't need that anymore.
Aim apart, nice. That's good salvage.
My old weapon. So whenever you go around the stronghold, it is usually good to do right away. Yeah, but not right now, not at this hour. Okay. Guess I don't need that anymore. Okay, so now I'm gonna check out like jewel crafter. Like it says it's like right here, jeweler. Okay. Craft gems. Skull. I have crewed the skull. Ah, from these like Okay, maybe not. Chipped skull. And skull fragments. Cost to craft 10,000. Oops, I didn't need to actually go with that. Healing received. The enchanter unlock. I'm gonna check the enchanter in a moment. And jewelry poison resistance. And jewelry resistance to all elements. Shadow resistance. Poison resistance. Let me guess, fire resistance. Yes. No. Sapphire. Cold resistance. Topaz. Lightning yeah, lightning resistance. Okay. So nothing that I really added. Physical resistance. Okay, sure, I'll put that in here. No other sockets really? No. Okay. On the socket, yes. Okay, yes, but yeah, on the socket. These two. Now I can dismantle them. Add the sockets. Okay.
Come back and see us.
And weapon, physical damage multiplier. Or ruby would probably give me the fire and holy damage multiplier, and I do fire. And emerald gives me poison damage multiplier. So poison and fire, which is what I do. Okay. Now I can dismantle the things that I don't. These two. I'm keeping Night Menace here because that's supposedly ragey. Because that's what we decided. Imprinting. Okay. Is this the enchanter? Imprint. Imprinting upgrades a rare or legendary item by adding or modifying legendary powers based on the selected aspect. Okay. Okay. Codex of Power. No aspects have been added to your Codex of Power yet. By salvaging legendary items or completing dungeons. Okay, so I can't actually do that. Okay. Craft sigils, dungeon keys. No. Salvage dungeon keys. Limit to sigil powder which can be used to craft. Huh. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing any nightmare dungeons. Enchanting here. You can replace certain affixes on your items at the occultist. So it's not the enchanter, it's the occultist. Okay. So can I get like... Can I like turn... To replace affix of movement speed. But like, does it view possible affixes? Ah, it's just only random. It lets me replace movement speed with movement speed. Or no change. This is the same thing. Sure, fire damage multiplier. Sure, not what I was trying to do, but sure. It helps, I guess. Okay. Okay, I don't know. The messages always arrive so late, yeah. Okay, is there anything else I wanted to do here? I don't think so. I did the enchanter, the jeweler, Litka. It's always funny to see like this like very common name like Litka. It's like this Leocadia. This is the shortened form of Leocadia. Litka. Yes, it's very common to meet Pani Litka in Poland. So it's like suddenly meet like Miss like Susie. Like it's suddenly this very common name in the middle. It's like it takes me a little bit. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for today. I'm just our reliquaries. I wanted to check the reliquaries too. If I can unlock some Overwatch stuff. Rewards available to claim from the main seasonal thing. Come on, load it up, game. I can't do the horse yet. I have 4 and I want 8. I want the horse. I want the horse. I want the fish horse. So I'm saving for the fish horse. Overwatch. Rewards available to claim. Are there any rewards I want? Considering I don't really want any of these, there are no rewards available to claim that I want to claim. Like maybe like take these for the future, but I'm not really enthused about any of these. Some of the Warcraft ones I would have gotten, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, I guess we are leaving now, and next time we will complete some side quests. And then continue on to Act 2. Okay, yeah. So that's gonna be it for today, It's gonna be it for today, the American fantasy versus European fantasy video is still winning on the polls. Maybe this will be like a multi-part video where I like start like part 1, where I start like a part 1 and do that on Tuesday and like analyze like one aspect. I'll see what I can do tomorrow. If I can't do that, I'll be continue working on that for weeks in the future. But I'll figure out tomorrow what exactly I am doing with that. But yeah, this will be it for today, and I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you next time.